top of the Premiership. Manchester United went top on Saturday. Arsenal responded yesterday. Newcastle can't be counted out either, but for the champions it was surely crucial to regain top spot with a win against Everton. And they did it, but not by much.
Come on, you Reds!
Out of Europe and off the top, only another double to play for, but there was a real sense of anxiety around Highbury. It was time to dig deep. Everton unleashed their prodigy. Wayne Rooney had the afternoon's first effort on goal. Arsenal scored from their first attempt, a timely towering header from Pascal Cygan, a defender needing to improve his credibility rating. Relief, and for a time, signs that Everton could be overrun. Dennis Bergkamp panicked Richard Wright into a fumble, redeemed only at the feet of Thierry Henry. Then the toes of England's most famous teenager began to twinkle. Rooney sidestepped the World Cup winning Gilberto. Then copped for a volley from his manager. So upset was David Moyes at Everton's first half. Apathy turned to ambition as Rooney began to find holes in the red and white rearguard. Arsène Wenger's twitch returned. Against Arsenal last October, a bolt from the royal blue announced Rooney's arrival. Lightning does strike twice when you're this good. Before Cygan could blink, Rooney had arrowed in an audacious equaliser. And Moyes was facing up to 10 days without his England-bound wonder boy. Henry, Bergkamp, Pires, Rooney's was the best offensive display of the day. But not the match-winning one. Just 7 minutes later, Bergkamp roughed up David Unsworth, and with one thump, Patrick Vieira restored the champions' lead. Seldom at Highbury has there been such tension as the minutes ticked away. Arsenal were running on empty, unable to relax. Until the final whistle signalled a victory for character, for commitment. The next home game will be even more significant.
Captain's goal is he grows from game to game as a leader, and today, when it was down to 1-1, he has shown that determination and that leadership that made us win the game.
We're looking forward to the big games now, and I've told the players, you know, if you want to be at the top end of the league, this is the nature of the games, and you have to start winning some of them.
You remember always these games because there's a lot at stake, and when your team comes out of that kind of game by winning, you're always much stronger.
Well, they have restored their lead at the top. Still 2 points separating Arsenal and Manchester United. They, of course, 3 above Newcastle, all 3 winning, as did Chelsea. 54 points in the race for 4th place. They lead Liverpool by 2, who have leapfrogged city rivals Everton and move into 5th. Now, important win, psychologically very important win for Arsenal. The manner of the victorious goal, debated by some as to whether there was a bit of pushing and shoving in the box, particularly from Bergkamp. Let's just clear that up first and foremost, Robbie.
No, for me, clear goal. I think it's a very unlike Arsenal goal, in that it's scruffy, and that it's players flooding an area. But I'll tell you what, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be pleased to see this type of goal, because it might be this type of finish that ends up winning you the title. We know they've got the style and all the class, but yes, Dennis Bergkamp goes in on David Weir. The see Unsworth, for me, he's got hold of Bergkamp. It's 2 players physically going for the ball. Yeah. It breaks to Vieira, you know, and the Arsenal have done ever so well to flood the area. You know, the ball's bouncing. They've just had a goal conceded, but they want to get back into the game. And as you said, the pressure was certainly on them, and I thought they came out and answered the first question that United have asked them for a long while.
We said last week on this programme, Andy, how big a week Arsenal were suddenly facing. Having lost at Blackburn, they had Valencia. They've lost and gone out of the Champions League. Then Everton, and then Chelsea in the FA Cup. This, in that context, was a very important victory. And they needed their big players to stand up and be counted. The likes of Sol Campbell carrying injuries and so on.
Him and Patrick Vieira, I thought, you know, were sensational again yesterday. I wish they'd have done a little bit more of that against Valencia in the Champions League. You know, it might have paid dividends for them a bit more, just a little bit more Route 1 stuff at times. But certainly yesterday, Sol Campbell was terrific. He's just such a good all-round basic defender. He loves to defend. He's not interested in any of the fancy stuff or necessarily coming out with the ball and trying to initiate attacks or whatever. He just likes to block things, put his big frame in the way, and just see off any danger. And I think he does it better than anybody in English football right now. It's never easy for him coming into this team, you know, replacing Tony Adams. That's such a huge presence. But I think he's been very consistent, not only for this season, but for 3/4 of last season as well, he's been that good. And without him, Arsenal just don't look the same right now.
When you consider he's not 100% fit as
Yeah.
well, I think that is great credit to him in such an important game.